We're going to talk about the American Mural Project with founder Ellen Grisedieck. Thank you so much for being on. Since 2002, you've been laboring with the American Mural Project, which is going to be in Winstead. And soon it will be a reality.
Very soon, very soon. It's a reality right now, let me tell you. It's a very big reality.
So just for the folks who don't know about this, you've been toiling away with this, for this, getting tens of thousands of people, children, adults, to make art to honor the American worker. And then you're putting it all together in the largest indoor work of art in the world. No small task.
It's not a small task, but you don't make those decisions right at the beginning. You make a decision about there's something missing because your kids aren't aware of work going on around them, and you feel that maybe people aren't paying attention in general to the things we do every day for each other and the work we do and why we're the most industrious and ingenious country in terms of work. So that's how it starts. And then you go, well, if I'm going to get everyone's attention, and especially kids, because I'm most interested in that, then I better make something really big.
Well, this is big.
This is big. 5 stories high.
Right. So the mural is 120 feet by 48 high by 10 feet deep.
Right. And you need the depth because this is not a flat mural. It's all in dimension. And well, here's this model, which can, you know, because I made this recently because when you go into the building itself, which is now, thanks to Governor Malloy and the state of Connecticut and so many other people who have contributed to this, we are building the Parthenon in Winstead, Connecticut. And this building is like one of the most beautiful cathedrals right now because of the work that's been done in there.
And here's the scale. So this is a person down here.
Eddie is my truck driver. And if you come to the mural, you will be a bit smaller than Eddie. So you will stand about that high to this.
So you can see, and this represents about 100 years of workers in America and what they do.
You know, it represents my experience with workers because I used to go out and I'd be on the West Side Highway with Bob on that beam. And, you know, I'd see that he was such an artist when he was welding steel. I thought, gosh, people are missing all of this. They're missing all the artists that are around us.
And you said that you'll be able to sit in, or stand in various different places because it's deep.
Well, it's deep, and then you've got viewing platforms on this side. You see the mural on 3 different levels: on the ground, a first level, and a second level. What I want kids to be able to do when they come to the mural is penetrate the art. Because you're going to be overwhelmed by the size of this thing. But when you consider that I'm going to all 50 states and we've already had 10,000 kids work on this, they've all done work that's in here. So I want kids to be able to walk a ramp that goes up through here. And we have platforms that the engineer and architects have designed platforms throughout, and there's a third one here. So kids can step out on the platform and get their picture taken. But also, in traveling across through this ramp, up to the next level, they are seeing everything close up. The sports field, which is over here, has signatures from all great living American athletes. So they can look at Joe Montana's signature.
They can touch it.
They can touch. They can do anything they want.
What is all of this made out of? Various different mediums, right?
We've got fiberglass. We've got ceramic. This whole piece here is 3 or 4 tons of ceramic clay. This was created by 7 schools in Connecticut, Massachusetts, and New York, and that's all ceramic clay, the foundry guy. And all manner of things are in here. Anything goes. With this rocket blast is 26 feet high, and it's in 3 dimensions, and the kids from 19 different states have visited people who were working on getting us to Mars for the first time. So they are creating portraits of people, the airbag ladies or the Jet Propulsion Lab, and they are sending them to me, and those go into that rocket blast.
This is America. This is how America works.
That's it.
When you decided to put this all together, how far back do you have to stand to figure out where all this stuff goes?
How far back can you stand?
Well, right.
You can only stand this far back because our building,
Which is an old mill building.
It's an old mill building. And what I love about it is you're confronted with it like this. I think you can get 30 feet back from this. And so, you know, you're going to be looking at things, and you're going to have to wander around to take in the whole thing. You can see it all at once, and probably your best viewing is going to be about on that second level. But the other important thing in all of this is no kid who visits this eventually should leave without creating or making something, because that's the philosophy behind this collaboration. What we're trying to do is get kids excited, make them think about what they want to do in their lives, and then they need to go out, they need to go to the visitor center, and they need to learn woodworking. We're going to have a woodworking shop.
So that's in your second building, right?
Second building. So everybody get ready, because there's a whole bunch more millions that we have to do to get this done, because I want every kid in Connecticut, I want every kid that's interested and can get to us to feel excited when they see this and go next door and do something about it.
With their hands.
Yeah. Carry something away.
We have some pictures which will help you wrap your head around how big this is.
Yep.
All right, so this is
this is a great one.
All right. What are we seeing?
The siding is just going up. So where you see the three guys on the lifts, the siding is just going up, so the brick is the original building. So you can see this is twice as large. We are going up. So the building will be twice as large.
You're adding stories on top of the old mill?
Yeah.
Wow.
So we're going up 30 feet.
Wow.
So we have 60 feet of clear space in there. Mm-hmm. And this is what gives you that feeling. You can see on the inside, this was before we had even any roof structure on, which was a couple weeks ago. And you're looking right now at the side where the viewing platforms will be, where the decks will be, so you can look across at the mural.
There's a lot of steel in this building.
There's a lot of steel.
To hold this. Do you know what this is going to weigh at all?
Well, I can tell you it in pieces. Bill Berry is about to go nuts. Our engineer on the project is up in Pittsfield. He and Burr McCallum are the architects on this. And by the way, my scope and construction and all of the guys on the back of my T-shirt, all the subcontractors, are the coolest guys in the world.
Are they doing some of this gratis?
Well, you know, it's kind of funny.
There's a lot of volunteer hours.
We have had, this is not easy, what's happening here.
No.
They had to completely take the floor out, demo the building. They had to build basically a Grand Canyon around it so that we'd have curtain draining. Look at these guys on the roof. I can't tell you how wonderful everybody is. They'll come up to me and they'll say, "Thank you so much for allowing me to work on this project. I'm so proud to be part of this."
Wait, who says that?
The workers.
They do?
Yeah.
Oh,
they're
my
thrilled.
gosh.
You know, I think this is something that is so overdue in this country. It's something that is so needed. I thank everybody who's ever given a dime to this, that believed in this crazy artist, and I can't wait for what's going to happen next with this.
What do you want the world to see? Because there'll be people there from outside the country seeing this. I mean, you're envisioning all kinds of buses coming up and people enjoying it.
It's funny that you say that, because I'm an artist first. I'm becoming a teacher because I work with so many kids, but basically I'm an artist. And an artist never says, this is what it's going to be. I can say, this is what it is. What you see is what you get, as Frank Stella would say. But it's up to everybody to determine exactly what they're going to get out of this. What do I think is going to happen? I think this is going to be terribly inspiring, because it's not just my work anymore, my paintings. It's all about everybody, and 10,000 people have helped me create this piece. So it's about all of us. When you walk in there, you should find yourself. If you walk in there, this film scroll is 30 feet long, and it goes over your head when you're going into the thing. It's 5 feet wide. It's clear. It's
wow.
For everyone who's in television, this is you.
Or film.
Or film. You should never. Everyone should be in here, one way or the other. Right now, I'm working. This is one of my last pieces in the studio right now. The piano. I'm just starting it, and it's
What's it made out of?
It's aluminum. It's not really any different. I'm going to be painting it. It's 18 feet by 13 feet by 15, I think. But here's the cool part. I'm writing great living American musicians, and they are sending me their favorite score.
Oh my gosh.
So Yo-Yo Ma the other day sent us the Bach Prelude, which was the first piece that he ever played in his first lesson. The score to it.
The score.
Now, there's a letter that tells me he wrote it. This is why it's special to me. That's going to be framed, so everybody can see that in the visitor center, and I'm going to reproduce the score on the piano. The other great highlight so far in our music is Fred Paris, who is now, I hope I don't get this wrong, Fred, I think he's 85, 86. He recorded In the Still of the Night, which is the most recorded rock and roll song ever, and he sent us the score to that.
Will it be playing?
I hope Fred will come play.
But
he's right outside of, he lives in Connecticut.
So is there music with this too?
We have to do all kinds of music stuff. We are right now, one of our advisors is Sandy Boynton, and Boynton Cards. She does all the CDs.
Sure.
She is a genius. I am trying to convince her to do an anthem, and we're going to start with maybe James Taylor, and we're going to work into a boys' choir, and then I know Yo-Yo will want to come and play, and so it's going to be this welling up of music all about this country.
Is this also going to be a concert hall? I suppose
Yes.
it could be.
Yes. The acoustics in here is great, and we're in the gardens. We're going to have an outdoor amphitheater for summer programs.
If you're not excited yet by hearing Ellen, you should be.
Yeah.
Let's go to a few more pictures of what you have. Okay, here again is
this
the scale.
This was yesterday.
Okay.
I'm working on the piano, so you can see all I'm doing right now is bolting these pieces together. And if you look at the studio, you'll see that there's very little room to even raise this up. I'm going to have to put it in front of the America's Cup boat and the kids in the school and everything. So we're going to raise that up tomorrow evening, hitting no lights, I hope, and then I will create the piano. The room is getting smaller by the minute because we just keep stacking the pieces up. This is Melissa. Well, you can see me.
Yes,
and
you're on the ladder.
Yeah, and that makes it gives you a sense of the scale.
And you're tiny, and the thing is huge.
We're not big people, but this is huge. And Melissa is not a big person. She's a firefighter in Carnegie, Brooklyn, and she is a miracle woman. She is now training probies, what they call probies, the firemen that are coming in under, and she's the only woman ever to train the firemen. Yes, yes, yes. You will love, she's coming to the Mural project.
Here again, you're up on a ladder.
Yep, America's Cup Sail. I'm loving this, and it's an ode also to Roy Lichtenstein, who did the hull for that particular America's Cup boat. And I just love every minute of it. I met Dorothy Lichtenstein at a fundraiser a year ago, and I was so thrilled to tell her that I was, paying tribute to Roy with creating this America's Cup boat as part of a
So Ellen, this turned into a life work situation.
Yes.
Will you ever be done with this? I don't think so.
Yes, I've got to be. Yes. First of all, our kids will kill me. They do not want this job. Right. I mean, they have been the most incredibly supportive. I can't tell you how wonderful John and Judy have been throughout and helping me. John has started writing all our grants. Now we have a development director, and Mimi does that. But we have, Judy has redesigned our website.
Which is AmericanMuralProject.org.
Exactly.
So look it up. You'll want to know all about it.
And we have a summer camp this summer. It's going to be great. We've got kids both in middle school and older, and we're going to do everything. We're going to do productions. We're going to build a stage. It's going to be so fun.
What's the acreage this sits on? How many acres? Do you know?
Four and a half, I think. Because our gardens, we have a fountain that we're making in honor of Paul Newman, and all the kids from the camp are creating pieces that go into it because Paul was so supportive of this project. So it's just unending great stuff.
That's my point. You're never going to be done. So thinking about being done, when do you think this opens? A year, or two?
Well, here's what we want to do. Okay. I'm about to get in there. I'm going to get on the lift, and I'm going to be up there with guys, and we're going to be putting these things together. But what I've tried to impress upon mostly our staff who love me, but they don't understand this, which is that it's going to take a while. I mean, this took 20 years to create this, and I just was working last week in my studio on a project that involved putting 72 kids' work from the Andre Agassi Academy into one piece that will be seen on that back red wall. So it's going to take a while to position everything. This is marble, the marble piece.
My glasses on to see all this.
The Liberty Triangle is marble, as is the jib sail. This weighs several tons. And Tom King, our stone mason, he's been sitting there going, okay, how are we going to hold it up? So we're working with other engineers.
Sure.
So everything is going to be very, very interesting. Problem solving, a lot of problem solving. This is a great time to come see it. So we are going to make sure we're open so kids and schools can come in and look and see these big pieces coming across.
So in the fall, this can start?
I wish I could be that optimistic because I just don't know about. We've had
but it'll be in progress. The kids will see this going
Absolutely,
together.
Absolutely. We're going to have all kinds of projects going, and I think somewhere between fall, winter, into spring, we will be officially open, and we're having our fundraiser in there in September.
Right.
So we're going to be in there.
So you're going to be in there.
Yeah.
what do you need still? Money?
Money is definitely always there. I mean, it's, I used to be so reticent to ask for anything because, you know, it still was my baby and everything. But now with all these kids, I can't tell you, I mean, we've raised $6 million. But we're building the Parthenon. I mean, it's just so exciting. And I really think there was a kid at Rotel School this morning, and our two great gals, our education director and the gal that's in charge of our interns, they both went down there to do the projects. And they interviewed the kids afterwards. And this one little girl, she came up and she went, "This is going to change the world."
And you loved that.
I did. I said, I hope somebody got that. I want to meet that kid.
So the state got behind this how long ago? Because at first it was a dream and we're going to do this, that, and the other thing. Then the state got serious and gave you some money. So was it 3, 4, 5 years ago?
I think I have never begrudged anybody for being hesitant. Who would do this?
You would?
Yes, but I mean, who would back it? Because, you know, if you're the governor of the state and you look at this and you've got enough people on you and you go, oh, but I think this is really great for the country, you know, and I think Governor Malloy, Catherine Smith, Kathy Malloy, everybody said this is something for Connecticut that is this is going to be a national monument.
It almost reminds me of back in the WPA days in the post offices where you had, you know, farmers and industrialists and whatever. This is the modern day of that.
Yes, it is.
That's what it looks like to me.
I mean, everybody always says to me, you were born, it's like you were coming back from the WPA. But if there was ever a great time to do this, it's now. Because I really think we've forgotten about that. Yeah. We've forgotten about what everybody does in this room to produce this show. You know, all of the people that we don't pay attention to that go to work every single day, and we owe so much to them, you know, and we need to think about that.
We celebrate ourselves, I guess.
Yes,
through this.
Yes.
I finally got it. Ellen Grisedieck, thank you so much for being on.
Yeah, and it's so fun. I always love. You got to come to the site.
I absolutely am.
Yeah.
And I can't wait till thousands and thousands of school kids see this.
I can't either. I can't either. I'm so excited.
Spend all night kissing and the bump is right here, then who else is missing? Got a little sidetracked to find myself wishing I found the keys to the door, but it's also a metaphor. Need to keep locked in the grocery store, but mine just to save time. Skip right ahead to the last ride.